There's a reason I was never a Dallas Cowboys fan growing up or before they drafted Dak. After today, who knows how much longer I'll be cheering for them. Max, I'll start with you. Is Dak under the most pressure of any player this upcoming season?
Yes, he is, because he didn't sign. He was offered a long-term deal. He didn't sign it because he thinks he's worth more than that. He's better than the deal he was offered, or at least the market will bear that he's worth more. So he's got to prove himself right now. Why is there hesitation about Dak on the part of the Cowboys? On the one hand, they value him clearly. They value him approximately the way the Eagles value Carson Wentz and the Rams value Jared Goff. And by the way, I think the Eagles and Rams overvalue their quarterbacks. So maybe, according to that metric, the Cowboys also overvalue Dak. But Dak thinks he's worth more. What does he have to do? Well, he's loaded again. The Cowboys' offense is loaded. And the defense, look, they underachieved last year. But you can look at the roster and see there's tons of talent. The linebackers have to be healthy, and they have to perform much better. But the linebackers as a group, at least the tandem, their two best linebackers, are as talented as any team's tandem of linebackers in the NFL. If they play a little better and the defense stays mostly healthy, you look at the offense, who did CeeDee Lamb go to? The guy who the Eagles should have drafted, but instead drafted a backup quarterback? Because after giving Carson Wentz all that money, maybe they're not still so sure about Wentz. They passed on Lamb. Who wound up with Lamb? I mean, the Cowboys, every year we go in looking at the roster recently, go, oh my God, they have to at least make the playoffs. Guys, they didn't make the weakest division, among the weakest divisions in the history of the NFL, NFC East last year. And their chief rival at this point, the Eagles, were all banged up, both sides of the ball, and the Cowboys still couldn't make the playoffs. You couldn't grab a wild card spot. It's pathetic. So I understand that's not all on the offense. It was mostly on the defense. But Dak couldn't beat good teams. He couldn't beat good defenses. There is a reason. They waited till they isolated for two variables, coach or quarterback. And now they've gotten rid of the coach. So they're down to the quarterback, and they're looking at him. And because he didn't sign that contract, we all are. Dak, can you be better than just good? Can you be great? We think you may be headed in that direction, but you don't have the long-term deal. And in order to get the deal you seem to want, you have to be a franchise player, not just a franchise quarterback, but a guy who can make the entire team better. He is under the most pressure this season.
Well, you're wrong. There's no surprise there. But the interesting part about all of this, Max Kellerman, is that not only are you wrong, but you're hypocritical. And I love the fact that we're starting off the show with this particular topic, because I get to get all over you before I even have an opportunity, to grab a drink of tea or something. Here's the reality of the situation, Max Kellerman. You can approximate and throw words like premium out there and optimal and all of this other stuff, confusing our audience. But the one thing our audience is never confused about when it comes to you, Max Kellerman, is your position on Tom Brady. That's my choice for the guy under the most pressure. And why would I dare say that? Because Max Kellerman, Maximilian Kellerman, boxing analyst extraordinaire, decided to venture into the realms of football and tell America that this dude was over a cliff before Molly qualified it and brought up a ravine. And then as a result of that, what are we talking about here? He's at age 43. He's going to Tampa. He's departed from Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniel in New England. And what team did he join? He joined a team with Mike Evans, an all-world receiver, a team with Chris Godwin, a team with not one, not two, but three tight ends, O.J. Howard, obviously Cameron Brate, and now Rob Gronkowski, who's your coach, Bruce Arians, who did a great job in Indianapolis years ago when Chuck Pagano got ill, and as a result, parlayed that into a job with the Arizona Cardinals, a team that he had taken to an NFC Championship game before Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers smoked them. That Bruce Arians. His offensive coordinator is Byron Leftwich. This is one of the top-rated offenses in football. And even with a dude that gave new meaning to 30 for 30 in Jameis Winston. And by the way, that same dude that threw 30 interceptions that could have easily been named the Defensive Player of the Year because of the points he generated for the opposing team, which I think was about 112 to be exact, in the end, what it comes down to is Tom Brady is going to that team. So when we look at where Tom Brady is going, the expectations that have been placed on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because of all the weapons that he has around him, along with the fact that you, Max, I'm not talking about you, Ryan, with anybody else, it wouldn't be, the answer might not be Tom Brady. But for Max Kellerman to say that there is somebody with more pressure on their shoulders than Tom Brady, with all the noise that he's been making, Max Kellerman, and by the way, Ryan Clark, Max Kellerman started on First Take on July 25th, 2016. It has been 4 years, almost 4 years. I mean, we're about 9 days away from 4-year anniversary for Max Kellerman. And the day that he said, that's why he's smiling, because he know where I'm going. The day that he said Tom Brady was over a cliff, guess what day was that, Ryan? Day one. Max arrived on July 25th, 2016, his first day on the job, and said Tom Brady was over a cliff. And now 4 years later, after 2 Super Bowl titles, by the way, suddenly he's here, but Dak Prescott is under more pressure? Nah, bro. Anybody gets to say that but you. Floor is yours, Ryan.
Stay right there, Stephen A.
Max, do you? Hey, so here's what's great, man. Stephen A., that was beautiful. It was funny. It was entertaining. I mean, it's why people tune in to this show. You know, you have to get the boxing in, and Max is wrong, but both of you are wrong. And I can't believe y'all missed this. It's Cam Newton, and it's not even close. If Dak Prescott doesn't play as well as he wants to, or this team doesn't get to a championship, the deal that they were offering him, that's about what Carson Wentz got, about what Jared Goff got, I believe that that deal's still there. Now, if he elevates his play, he gets more, but he can get that deal. And Tom Brady's set for life. Tom Brady's married to Giselle, a woman who makes more money than he makes. Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl rings.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.